back to my channel. And yeah, today we're going to be doing a review demo on the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation and Powder. I actually did record a first impressions video and demo video of this foundation last month. I recorded it, but at the time I had the wrong color. I had the color Soft Sable. When I picked it up at the store, I could have swore I picked up Cocoa, but it turned out to be Soft Sable. So when I went to film that video, I put that foundation all over my face and realized, oh my gosh, it was like light, and it did not work for me. Long story short, I still went ahead and recorded a video, did a makeup look and everything with that foundation on. It eventually settled and started to oxidate, and it started to become a little darker. It fit my skin tone a little better, but not totally. It did not look decent until I actually put the powder on, which I did buy the powder in the right shade, just the foundation wrong shade. And I had no idea there was a darker shade. I thought Soft Sable was the darkest shade. Well, I held on to that video for weeks, not for weeks, but for about 2 weeks, looking at it, thinking, you know what, I could have swore there was a darker shade. Maybe I picked up the wrong shade. So I waited before I deleted all that footage that I recorded, and I actually saw 2 other YouTubers about my skin tone complexion review this foundation, and they reviewed it in the shade Cocoa. So I was like, there is a darker shade. I need to go get it. And I could not find Cocoa in my local Walgreens or CVS. So I bit the bullet and decided I bit the bullet and decided I'm just gonna look for it online. So I went on Amazon, and sure enough, I found Cocoa on Amazon, and I ordered it. It was actually more expensive on Amazon than it was in the store. In the store it was like $12.99. On Amazon it was $14.99, but I wanted it. Oh well. So yeah, I can't find Soft Sable. I used it in the demo today, and I don't know where I put it after I finished using it. It's like missing in action, yo, for real. So yeah, anyways, in the demo you will see that I applied Cocoa on my skin first for the first time, and you will see my reaction. It is like, whoa, boo, because Cocoa, it has a very deep orangey red undertone, and I am a very golden undertone girl, whereas Soft Sable has more of a yellow undertone. So I pretty much mixed the two together, and it worked perfect for my skin tone. I actually love mixing foundations anyway, and those two, Soft Sable and Cocoa together, makes the perfect foundation tone for my skin tone. So if you have that problem too, I recommend getting Soft Sable and Cocoa and mixing it together, because it is perfect. Cocoa being too red on its own, and then Soft Sable being too yellow, them two together make the perfect foundation color. Okay, so like I said, I did a demo and I showed you guys how I applied the foundation. And when I started applying the foundation, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now it is now 10:08. 10:08. Okay, I'm tripping. It's 10:08 at night. So I've had this foundation on for about, what, 7 hours now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 hours. Okay, so a little information about L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. What I like about the packaging is that it comes in a tube. So it's not a pour out bottle. You get to control the amount of foundation you want to come out. I love that. Second, what do you get? This is a 1 fluid ounce of foundation. So you get, about regular size, what most foundations are. Again, this is in the shade Cocoa. I also have Soft Sable. I don't know where it's at. I wish I did. I don't know what I did with it. Anywho, On the back here, it lets you know, it gives a little information what foundation you have, basically. So I am assuming that they will eventually come out with different finishes and textures of this foundation, because it shows it on the back. Here it says finish. You have matte, demi matte, and lumi, and this is demi matte. You have the wear. You have 12 hour, 16 hour, and 24 hour. And this is 24 hour. I don't know who's going to be wearing foundation for 24 hours, but apparently this will hold you up for 24 hours. Then you have coverage. It says low, medium, and high. This is medium coverage. Then it has texture, air light, medium, and heavy. This is air light. And yeah, that's what it says. It's a smooth, what does it tell you? Lasting demi matte finish. Never dull, never flat. Finish is semi-matte. This stuff's supposed to last up for 24 hours. So, enough rambling. What I like about this foundation, everything. What I don't like about this foundation, you don't have enough time to work with it. I love the finish of this foundation. Like it says on the tube, it is demi matte, not matte. So if you're looking for a matte foundation, a completely matte look from this foundation, you will not get it. This is a demi matte foundation, so you're still gonna have matte, but you're also gonna have like a slight glow with this foundation. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a matte, this won't give you that, but you'll get an in between matte and lumi. So it gives you the best of both worlds, and for me that is an A+, because I don't like matte foundation. But if I had to wear a matte foundation, this would be the type of matte foundation I would go for, a demi matte look, which gives me the look of my skin, a natural luminous look, but also very polished, well put together, with the combination of a matte staying power. So I love that. Does it last 24 hours? Like I said, I've only been wearing it for 7. I do not plan on wearing this any longer than that. I don't know anybody who will be wearing it longer than that. I guess if you're in a certain field of work where you have to be wearing your makeup for 24 hours, and this is probably something for you that you would need. Maybe a reporter or something. I don't know who will be wearing their makeup for 24 hours. Whatever. But for 7 hours, I can tell you that this foundation lasted marvelously. I don't have any cracking. I don't have any foundation in fine lines. It hasn't emphasized anything. This foundation looks better than when I first applied it on, and that's another thing I really like about this foundation. I love the fact that the longer you wear it, the better it looks. It works great with my skin chemistry, so I still get a little dewiness in my T-zone, but I love that, and it does not bother me that I have that. But I'm perfectly matte everywhere else. So like I said before, this foundation gives you that look of a luminosity from within, but with the benefit of a long-lasting wear that a matte will give you, and I just freaking love it. My skin looks like I just applied this foundation when technically I applied it 7 hours ago. And I have been out, I have went to dinner, I have eaten, I have laughed, I have touched my face. I'm pretty sure this foundation does transfer, but not terribly to the point where it rubs off. Normally the first place I notice foundation has disappeared at is along my jawline. None of that. This foundation has not disappeared here because I have a bad tendency of always doing this, and makeup just tends to rub off there. But I don't have that. It literally is still on there. As bad as I touch my face, the foundation is still sitting on my skin beautifully. It hasn't pulled up anywhere. It hasn't caked up anywhere. It just looks really, really good. Do I like it as much as the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless? Yes, I like it just as much as that foundation. The only thing I would say is that this foundation definitely dries really, really fast. I mean, literally on contact to skin, it dries instantly, whereas in the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless, it takes about a few seconds to a minute to fully dry matte, whereas this is an instant dry, and you have to be careful. This foundation, you need to apply it in sections and buff out in sections, because if you apply it all over and then try to buff it out, it's not going to work for you. You're going to have patchiness everywhere. This foundation is, what it says on here, a medium coverage, but it is possibly able to be built to full. And I say possibly because you have keep in mind, but this foundation has the tendency to look cakey. It feels great on the skin. It doesn't even feel like I'm wearing foundation, but the consistency of the foundation is a little bit more than Airlight. But it is matte, and any matte foundation, if you apply in layers, it does have the tendency to look cakey. So be wary of that. You can build this to full, but it might look cakey on you. I recommend that you apply a nice layer the first time, and then do spot treating. So like if you have like discoloration here or here, apply a thin layer of foundation on first, and then go back into those areas that need a little bit extra coverage. So what I did was I applied a full thin layer first, and then I went in and spot treated the areas that I felt like needed a little bit more coverage, because I still have those dang hive scars. They're fading. They're not as bad as they were before, but they're still there, needless to say. And but yeah, other than that, this foundation is wonderful, 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 wonderful. Like I said, I found my shade on Amazon. I could not find cocoa in any of my neighborhood Walgreens or CVS's. Only the powder. It's so weird that I found the powder but not the foundation. It's so weird. But needless to say, I give it a big old diva thumbs up. Both diva thumbs up. I recommend this for my oily skin girls. You're gonna freaking love this foundation. My combination oily skin girls, you're gonna love this foundation too, because I'm combination oily skin, and I freaking love this foundation. If you have dry skin, I don't recommend this foundation. I prefer, if you have dry skin and you want to try a matte foundation, I think the Maybelline Matte and Poreless will be a better option, only because that foundation seems to be more moisturizing, if that makes sense. It's more wet, where this is literally powder, liquid to powder instantly. And this is going to, if you have any dry patches, if you have any acne scars, any patching, any flaking, anything on your skin, this foundation is going to pick that up. It's going to cling to those patches, it's going to cling to those dry areas and really emphasize those areas. This foundation will not look good at all on dry skin. If I say, if you're a dry skin girl, try it at your own risk. I don't see this going over well if your skin is really, really flaky. If you're dry skin girl and you want to try this foundation, I recommend exfoliating, but I recommend exfoliating even if you're not a dry skin girl. Always exfoliate, always cleanse your skin first. Make sure your skin is smooth before you apply any foundation on it, but specifically a matte foundation. So yeah, I don't think I have, oh yeah, let me talk about the powder a little bit. The Loreál Infallible Pro Matte Powder, same thing. It's a matte, the powder is a matte finish. It's in a matte finish. That it's a 16-hour wear, and it's air fine, and it has the stuff on here. So the foundation is demi matte, the powder is matte. I think the powder is a lie. The powder is not matte. I still got really oily in this area, so I don't think the powder is matte completely. But I did like it. I liked it for setting my foundation. I think it works well with the foundation. I just don't think it's matte. And I don't feel it. It's not a cakey powder at all. It's very thin, so it looks good on the skin. But other than that, I have nothing else to say about the foundation other than I love it. Oily skin, oily combination. You guys are going to love it. Dry skin, try it at your own risk because it will cling to dryness and flakiness and emphasize imperfections. The longer you wear it, the better it looks. You have to work in sections with this foundation because it does dry instantly. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say. If I left anything out, please let me know down in the comment section. Like I said, I can't answer them, but I do read them, and I will probably just do an update video to to answer those questions for you guys. And until then, I will see you guys in another video. Bye. 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 Doses.